physically, I'll meet you sitting on your mat. Hands resting in your lap, and just spend a minute with me, eyes closed. Bringing your awareness right now into the sitting posture. With your eyes closed, sensing where you are in your room. So using that extraordinary sense that we have, periphery. So what does it feel like to know and propriocept exactly where you're sitting in your room? How far away from the wall behind you are? Can you sense that in your posture? Into the sides, how far away you are from the edges of your room, right to left, left to right. Can you sense that in your posture? Now in front. And now above. Bringing your awareness into your sense of hearing. What sounds can you hear in your own room? Sounds outside your room. Now bring your awareness into your sit bones. And spend a little minute with your body as you bring awareness into sit bones. What does it feel like to be up on top? Not too far forward, not too far back, but use the sitting bones like two little footstools to remind you to support the spine. So feeling of lifting out, already creating a space between the rib cage and the pelvis. Bring your awareness into your chest, your shoulders, and now your head. Notice your breath. Is it possible to sit tall without holding your breath? We'll arrive back in this position periodically through the class so you get a chance to notice change. Down on your back. Setting up your feet in line with your sit bones, out from underneath the line of your knee. Into your body scan with me now. Doesn't matter where you start your body scan. I change it up every time. Sometimes I start in my feet. Sometimes I start in my head, spine. Personal choice. We're using this moment to bring awareness in, to start to self-correct your own posture. Bring your awareness into how the shoulders are sitting and placed. Are there any changes you'd like to make? If the shoulder is sitting up and forward, use your breathing to release the tension in your pecs, your shoulder blades, your scapula. So you use gravity as an assist. Bringing awareness into the back of the head, can you widen it? Feel its weight. Releasing tension from your jaw, Moving down into the spine, what does it feel like to walk, imaginary walk down the spine, tiptoeing through? What joints can you feel? What joints feel a little blocked? Spend your time there. Use your breathing. Your goal is to feel the flow of the spine, to be able to sense the curves of your spine, building a deeper relationship with your back. Arriving in your sacrum, can you widen, releasing the tension off your glutes? Notice how that alters how your legs sit within the hip sockets. So as you widen across the buttocks, releasing tension, allowing the sacrum to rest on the mat, it should give you a clearer flow through the spine, but also easier for the thigh, the femur, to nestle into the hip. Now you're in the hip and the leg. Sense your alignment. What does it feel like to line the legs up? Now your weight placement in your feet. Picking up all 10 toes and gently laying them long, feeling the tippy points of the toes as you lay them. Bringing awareness into the knuckles of your feet, your metatarsal heads. Can you notice the big toe, metatarsal head, and the little toe? Sense what happens in your legs when you bring awareness into that position of the foot. You'll have to use your inner thigh now. Keep one eye on your foot, your leg alignment. Back up into your pelvis. Is the sacrum still wide? Can you sense the pelvis? Looking up through the length of your spine, can you sense the curves? No need to push. Up into the head, can you sense the wide back across the skull? Can you sense its weight? Bringing your awareness into your sternum, allow the sternum to feel a rising up across the widening collarbones, shoulder blades floating, arms are lengthening, hand is open and spread. You have long fingers and your fingertips are connecting to the floor. Constructive rest. Printing. Take a long, slow, steady breath in. And a deep exhale, mouth closed. How do you keep all the body parts alive, involved in the exercise, without gripping or tightening? Use the touch points on the floor. Bring energy to the parts that you need. Potentially it might be your elbows that are still sitting slack on the floor. So the arm might need more attention from you. Maybe it's your shoulders, they're still sitting forward. So can you juggle now? Long, slow, steady breaths. Paying attention to the organization of the body. One more time. Now, moving the arms up above your chest, reaching the two arms long and straight. They're running parallel to each other, vertically placed above your shoulder. Continue to print. Breathing in, shoulder blades separate, sending the arms up. Breathing out, shoulder blades gently glide, slide back. Careful, your mid-back doesn't come off the floor. 2 more. Close eyes. Can you sense the moving shoulder blades? Can you sense the mid-back stabilization? Now, what about your feet and legs? The pelvis, the entire spine. Now let's try one arm at a time. Let's go left. Scapula glides off. Scapula glides on. Scapula glides off. Scapula glides on. Pause. Reach 2 arms overhead. Breath in. Really extend through the arm. Release the tension. Open up your armpit. And deep breath out. Send the arms forward, over the top, and down by your side. Can you keep the energy in the arm, but the softness in your shoulder joint? One more time. Breath in. And breath out. Good. Let's spin over on our left side. Let's reach 2 arms forward, straight out in line with the shoulder. Knees are stacked, feet are stacked, pelvises, shoulders. Breathing in, glide, slide the right arm along the inside of the left arm. It touches your chest. Go straight across your chest. Right elbow gently touches the floor. Right arm extends. You're following your hand. Right elbow flexes. Right hand lands on your chest. Straight across, lands on your left arm. Go past your left hand and rotate the right chest down. 2 more. Go gently, slowly. Great moment for your thoracic. Try not to push. Use gravity as an assist. You need to be a little mindful. Use the core to support so the lower back doesn't hyperextend. 1 more. Good, let's roll over and try the other side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Nice moment to already build in that coordination between breath and movement. So you're in sync. Experiencing flow. Last one. Over on our tummies, face down. And resting on your hands. Legs are separated. Legs are resting. Notice your touch points, pelvis, chest, arms, hands, the weight of your head. Long, slow, steady breath in, full diaphragmatic breathing. And a long, slow, steady exhale. Two more. You're deliberately slowing down the uptake and release of breath and air, getting a sense of the control of the diaphragm, no snatching or grabbing. And at this point, you're also really curious about the coordination of diaphragm and abdominals. So as the diaphragm presses down, the abdominals are sent forward. You should feel them against the mat. As the diaphragm travels back up, it sweeps up your abdominal contents and your abdominals. Your contents, your organs, and your abdominals. One more. You're already working on toning the abdominals. So careful you're not getting in the way. Deliberately practicing that coordination. Okay, into a diamond press. So now you have index fingers, spreading of the palm and hand. You're going to reach out and forward through the crown of your head. Think long. You're going to actively try and draw your elbows back towards your waist. You will get a little movement through the hand and the arm as you actively think about sucking and drawing your elbows back to your waist. You should feel very wide across your upper back, shoulder blades wrapped around the edges of your trunk. Can you keep the upper torso like that and send the head and your spine long and forward through your hands? We're going to do two more. Careful you don't let the hands and arms rest. The shoulders, the wide back rest. Inhale, reach the crown of the head forward, check your core. At this point now, the abdominals are supporting the lower back. You'd like to keep the pelvis stable. You'd like to keep the abdominals supporting, so careful you're not pushing the floor away. The feeling is length, so be careful you didn't bring the head up. Check that the neck and head is in line with the rest of the spine. Think forward. Use your strength in your arms and shoulders to traction us forward. Good, we're going on. Forehead just up off the floor. Hands, arms, and shoulders still tractioning back towards your waist. Upper back wide. Shoulder blades wrapped around the edge of your trunk. Tuck your toes like you're standing on your feet. You're going to extend through the right leg, which means the right knee comes off the floor. Pelvis still stable and strong. Right knee gently lands back down on the floor. I don't mind whether you inhale or exhale, you choose, but coordinate it with a breath pattern. Choose a breath pattern that helps you monitor stability of the pelvis. Thinking long through the spine, can you get any further forward through your hands and arms and shoulders? Alternating legs. The movement is just slow enough so you can focus on control and stability. Last one. Good. Now stretch both legs, knees off the floor so legs are active. That should have helped stimulate your hamstrings. Reach the two arms forward. Pinky side of the hand so the palm is up. The palms are facing each other. Have a little shrug. Breath in to send the arms forward. It feels like the shoulders are rising and elevating. Exhale to send the shoulders low, wide, and remember they're wrapping around the edges of your trunk. Can you feel your weight? Inhale, glide, slide. Careful you're not too high with your head. So you're just up off the floor. Check your legs. Have you kept them active? Hold it here. Float that V off the floor without using your core, losing your core. Go again. Stabilize the pelvis and the spine and raise those arms up. Good. Are the arms extended? Careful you're not squeezing your upper traps. Stabilizing the spine, particularly the mid-back. Strong legs. Connect your breath pattern. Try, explore which one helps you stabilize, which one helps you not snatch. One to go. Good. Sitting back in child pose. Have a little moment. Spinning over on our back. I have my trusty friend because I know I need it. Ball between my legs for my inner thighs. I'm checking my feet are not under the line of my knees, and I'm checking my feet are in line with my sit bones. Taking a moment. After the work we've done, how does that feel now to reprint? Do I feel more in touch with an optimal position of shoulders? Do I feel more energized through my spine? Legs, feet. Here we go to imprint. Printing all the body parts, using the contact with the floor, imprinting the whole spine before we move the pelvis. Did you get that? Try not to rush. Feel your breath first. Feel your whole spine melting into the floor first. That should have got lower abs. Then on top of that, gently move the pelvis. Good. Now try the opposite direction with me. So shift into an anterior tilt without losing your middle back on the floor. Stretching the distance between your pubic bone and your belly button. Arrive back in neutral. Imprint. Slight posterior tilt. Back into neutral. Slight anterior tilt without losing your mid back on the floor. Check you've still got your hands. Can you feel the floor? As you're practicing our new movement, bring awareness into your upper torso. Could you lengthen the arms a little more without hardening your armpit? Last practice. Good. Now imagine a clock face on the front of your pelvis. Belly button is 12, pubic bone is 6. Right ASAS is 9. Left ASIS is 3. We're going to work on your diagonals. So go down to 7 and move the pelvis on the diagonal, touching the number 7. So you'll have to move your pelvis. Now shift back up and find 1. So I'm moving the pelvis in a diagonal motion, and I'm using those numbers to define. Now try 8. So slowly shifting my pelvis across to try and find that diagonal line. 8. Now slowly moving back, and I'm trying to find 2. I have to shift my pelvis to do that. Now I'm trying to find 9. So that's going to be more of a lateral tilt, a side to side, and then I've got to go across and find 3. Think control, abdominals are working, movement is smooth. Land back in the center. Does it feel clearer? Now you're going 5 and 11. Discovering all these new areas of your body, new sensations. We use all these patterns when we walk, or we should. Hopefully they're a little clearer today in your walking pattern. Now you're trying to go 4. And 10. Remember your belly button's the center. Okay, your last one you got to find is 3 to 9. So hitting the 3, little rotation of the pelvis, and then straight across, right to left, to find 9. Now the fun begins. You've found all those numbers within your pelvis. You're now going to rotate, taking your time, clockwise, and you've got to say hello to all those numbers. So you've got to hit the numbers as you roll. So your pelvis is moving in a circular motion. It's really slow because it's actually really hard to hit the edges. It's a circle, not a square. So how do you round out? When you've finished one direction, you come back to the center for a little pause. And then you try to go the reverse direction. Feel the abdominal support as you move. Careful your mid-back doesn't come off the floor. So this is the beginnings of your corkscrew exercise. So that's an obvious suggestion, but this will impact everything we do from here. So all our spinal articulation exercises, flexion, extension, lateral flexion, and rotation. Now let's try a pelvic curl. Good luck, enjoy. Arriving at the top into your bridge position, have a little moment. Do you feel a little clearer through your lower spine now? Does it feel a little easier to balance this position? Thoracic spine in check with lumbar, sacrum, and pelvis. Articulating home, thinking forward. As the spine's laying there's a feeling of traveling forward. So by the time you land, you feel a little longer. Let's try one more. Breath before you move. Coordinate breath with movement for flow. Trying to make it to the top of your bridge. What does that feel like? Use your feet. Send the knees forward, away from the pelvis. Really feel the hamstrings. Quads, the front of the hip opening up. Slowly articulate down. Keep your shoulders in check. Upper back wide. Shoulders wrapping around the edges of your trunk. Articulating without pushing. Arriving. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Just lift hands behind your head. Elbows wide, have a little moment. What does it feel like to drop the shoulders into position and then send the shoulder blades wide, wrapping around the side edges? Think long. Feel your feet. Encourage the legs to slot back into the hips. Exhale, chest lift. Stay, 3 deep breaths. Can you get a little longer? Check you haven't released your legs. So the legs are actively drawing into your hips. Slowly lie back. Let's try that one more time. Prepare. Print. Exhale. Feel the entire spine. Check you haven't overflexed through the neck. So send the head backwards. And then slide your sternum forward. Air into the back and sides. And return. Good, let's do single leg lift. Exhale to draw the knee towards your chest. Inhale to pause. Exhale to send it away. So I've cued you a little differently there. It's going to come beyond 90-90. Try it with me. Exhale. Draw the knee towards your chest. At the same time, reach your pubic bone forward away from your belly button. At the same time, feel your left foot on the floor and the sense of sucking and drawing that leg gently into the hip. So you're in hips, you're in legs, you're in feet. You're in pelvis, you're in spine, you're in shoulders, arms, and hands. Breath. This time as the right leg comes up, it stays. Listen carefully. Slowly send your left leg long and forward. Remember the pubic bone is also reaching forward. Anchor the left leg, push your left calf down into the floor. Unfold your right leg to the ceiling. Bring your right knee back in, pubic bone still thinking long and forward. Left calf still pushing down. Right foot lands, contacts the floor, connects back into the hip. Left knee draws into your chest. Pubic bone thinking forward. Right leg extends forward along the mat. Check the pubic bone. Back of right calf push down into the floor. Control the unfolding of your left leg. Left knee pulls back in. Left foot touches the floor. Right knee folds into your chest. Right leg unfolds and stays. Left leg unfolds and stays, getting ready for leg circles. It goes down, around and up 1. Down, around and up 2. Down, around and up 3. Hold. Right leg folds back in. Right leg touches down. Secure the pelvis. Left knee floats into your chest. Right leg extends down to the floor. Check where the pubic bone is. Left leg unfolds up. Leg circles down and around 1. Down and around 2. Down and around 3. Reverse. Down and around 1. Down and around 2. Down and around 3. Left knee folds back in. Touches the floor. 2 knees up into your chest. Round your back and breathe. Long, slow, steady breath in. Exhale, go deep. Eye on your stomach and your belly. Can you draw the abdominals in deeper as you squeeze your feet together and push your legs out into your arms and shoulders? Back getting wider. Feeling the tension in your abdominal. Start rocking without changing the distance between your thighs and your face. Got to lift your butt. When you make it to the top, just pause. Keep squeezing the feet together. Keep pressing the legs out into your hands and arms. Good. Rest the feet down. Turn to face camera. Side reach. Oh, don't know about you. I feel 5'11", even though I'm not, and even though I'm sitting. Wow, feel the change in our space. Okay, keep the space. Tip, 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 touch. Lift back up. Feel the space and the energy in your arms and shoulders. Really use your arms. Tip. We're going out. As far as you can, lightly touch the floor and lift back up. One more. We're going out. Feel your weight. Try to lift out of your weight and lift back up. Last one. Weight. Stay. Land the fingertips. Sweep the top arm over. Bend the underneath elbow and feel a beautiful stretch in that top side. Back up to your tilt. Sit tall. We're tipping. Far out from you as you can. We're landing. Heading towards. Lifting back up. Good. Now try something different. Wrap 2 hands around your head. Twist towards your left. Fold your elbows in around your head. From the top of the spine, articulate over your left knee. So you're rounding the back. Careful you don't pull on the head. Can you send your round back over, spine stretch, or over your left knee? From the bottom of your spine, roll back up. Open up your heart and chest, elbows. Tip the face up to the ceiling as you open up your elbows. Arrive back upright, hip front. Rotate to the right. Gently wrap your elbows around your face. Starting from the top of your spine, roll. Folding, flexing, careful you don't pull on the head. There's a feeling of going over. Abdominals are supporting and working. You're still thinking lift out of your weight. Start your journey back up from the base of your spine. Open up your head. Open up your elbows. Tip your face up, looking up onto your ceiling and hitting front. Good. Take your legs out wide as you can. Actively press down into the floor with your calves. Take your arms out wide. Try this for size. Take both arms to your left, reaching towards your left foot. Thread the needle. Left arm reaches past left foot. Right hand comes in like we've already done this morning. And we turn right back away from that left palm. Turn as far as you can. Keep pressing into both legs, both calves pressing down. Come back along the same journey, across your chest. Reach through both arms, turn your palms and sit up. Open your arms, get ready for the second side. Turn to your right. Close the hands. In along the edge, right arm reaches past your foot. Turn, 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 and look back as far as you can. Right arm is still reaching forward. Looking up, interlace both hands as you do. Good, bring your legs in a little closer. Let's soar. Spiral left. Rotate and flex and reach over the top of that left foot. Feel both arms. Remember the spine stretch we just did. Sit back up and hit center. Arms are reaching. And keep the pressure in the shoulders and arms. Can they get any longer? Even as you flex over the right foot, can your arms get any longer? Keep reaching arms. Check the spinal position. Back up from the base. Open out. Shoulders and arms, feel your tone. And press the legs down into the floor as you twist. And fold over the top. Stretching through the arms, really feel skin stretch on your shoulders and your upper back. Lifting back up and hitting center. Last time, rotate. And flex and fold. Really strong through your legs, your pelvis. Articulate back up and open up. Close the feet together. Bend the legs. Roll back. Exhale to curl, roll. Sending the weight back up onto the pelvis and sit bones. Stack from the bottom. Sit tall. Exhale the imprints. Shifting away from the thighs. Feeling the stress through the abdominals. Bringing ourselves back up from the pelvis, from the lower part of the spine. Stack sit. Through to go. Roll. Last one. So you're really involved in the movement of the spine. It's a rolling. Articulation, stacking. Rest it over on your side. Underneath leg bent. Top leg long, touching the floor to begin. Underside on stretch, top side on stretch. The spine, so I'm using the back edge of my mat as a reference point for my spine. Good. On your next exhale, think of stretching, think of lengthening, send that foot as far away from this hip as you can. Control it, it lowers down. So my legs on maximal stretch. I feel my quads. So I've really pulled in around my lower quad fibers, around my knee. My legs at full stretch. Feels like someone's got hold of my foot and they're reaching me. That's taken my waist. I definitely feel on maximal length here. And I'm having to use my abdominals, particularly my obliques. Last one, little challenge for you. Use your hand support if you need. Underneath leg comes out to meet. You've got both legs now. Touch down. Take extra care. How do you float the legs up without shortening this space here? Touch down. I like to point through my feet here because it really encourages me to get the length through the inner thigh. And I feel I could do a better job with toning up my whole leg. Last one. You stay. You try to take the arm. Great moment. Challenging your dynamic stability. Good. If you need to bring that arm down, it goes like that. You're getting ready to drop the lower leg and pick it back up. And drop the lower leg and pick it back up. 3 to go. Last one. Good job. Bottom leg lowers down. Top leg stays up. You're getting ready for side kick. Pulse 2 and take it behind. And pulse 2 and take it behind. And pulse 2 and behind. And pulse 2 and behind. Last one. And pulse 2 and behind. Legs together. Knees bent swiftly around. Underneath leg bent, top leg straight, foot on the floor. Already thinking how far you could send that foot away. Thinking opening through the torso. If you need that hand there, it's sometimes really useful. Float the leg. Did you think length? Before you move to connect to breath. Try not to be in a rush. Last 2. Last 1. It stays. If you need the support, the hand goes. Send the other leg to join. Check your spinal position. Check your pelvis. Legs touch down. Legs go up. Careful of this side here. So how do you not shorten? So you got to keep your eye on your range. So what is possible before you lose the torso stabilization, the spine stabilization? One more. Bottom leg to top. Bottom leg to top. Bottom leg to top. Bottom leg to top. Last one. Bottom leg to top. Stay. Challenge it. Keep breathing. And rest. Side kick. Last one. Good. Rest. Up on all fours. Okay. You're going to send those hands a little out from underneath your armpit. Still shoulder width apart. You're going to establish your spine. Think like a table. Draw the abs on so you feel supported and pick up your sternum plate. So be careful your rib cage isn't falling forward. From here, you're going to do a little push-up prep. So you're going to send us forward like a table, opening up from the hip, folding at your elbows, trying to lay and then return push back up. The challenge is not to arch your back, which is particularly hard coming up from the floor. Two more, keep fighting. One. Come down low with me. Squeeze your feet together. Legs are long and active. Really feel your feet. Make sure they're together. Okay, can you find your spine here? Check your pelvis is in line, but not tucking. Really draw your abdominals on. 3 more breaths. Think legs. Think core. Resting, sitting back on your heels. Okay, touch your toes, drop your feet, drop your weight onto your feet, and have a little moment with your head resting. While you're there with your head resting, can you separate your toes? Take the floor with the long tippy toe points. Slowly land your heels, drop your head, keep your knees bent, and slowly roll through the spine. Arriving at the top. Close your eyes, just have a little moment with me. With your eyes closed, can you feel your feet? Can you feel all the tippy points of the long toes? So without shortening or scrunching, can you lengthen them and connect the tippy points? Can you feel your metatarsal heads, those knuckles? Have you got all 10? Placing your weight, big toe, little toe, even weight. Picking up the arches in your feet. Your legs should feel like pistons now. So send a message to the foot to take the floor. Send a message to the leg then to energize so that you can bring the pelvis to balance on top of the 2 strongly charged up legs. 2 willing and able legs, feet connected to the earth. When you look up through the column of the spine, notice the curves. Balancing your head on the tower of the neck. Sternum rising, collarbones widening, shoulder blades floating. Arms are hanging. Rib cage feels suspended. Breath feels easy. Gently open your eyes.